We back. The intro is never going to be crazy on this channel, I'm telling you. It's just going to be like simple, because that's what I like. But anyways, I just got done taking a shower. Low key, like I'm glowing right now. I just be doing that. I be hyping myself up, you know. It's like positive self-talk. It's self-love. That's all it is. I wanted to walk, but my slides are wet because I was doing some power washing earlier. And it's just like, I got these on right now, so it's like I don't even want to. I don't want to dirty them, but you know, it's like low key. They're just shoes, bro. They're just shoes. I can fucking clean them. I clean them before I can clean them again. I'm not worried about it. I was in the shower and you know, I was like, damn, you know, I just started dancing, bro, to my own jig that I made in my head. Like, I was like, what the hell? I just started dancing that shit. And then I was like, damn, this shit gas. And I can't remember what it's about, but it's about something. It's about like spirituality and dancing. I heard something somewhere and it was about dancing. And you know, I do it sometimes just because it's a freedom. You're expressing yourself, you know. You're just dancing, chilling. I don't got that too much of, you know, crazy ass like dance, but you know, I can get down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I wanted to talk about spirituality and sex because this is very important, okay? Very, very, very important. But I want to take y'all to the spot first because sheesh. I mean, I'm running out. Like, it's like I want a new place to be at. I like the nature, but it's just like if there was like a movie cutscene spot that looked just so immaculate, like just something new, you know. Even though I appreciate and I'm grateful for this little trail that we got up here, this little spot. It gets the job done, you know. Little pine needle stuck in the shoe. But yeah, sex and spirituality. So, what I know about sex. Sex. You know, it's pleasurable. It feels great, right? It lets off chemicals in your brain that have that feeling of love. And sometimes people can get attached to that shit. Some people have addictions to it. Lustful addictions. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's good. It just is, you know. It's kind of like, from your perspective, you know, if it's bad, from your perspective, it's bad. If it's good from your perspective, then it's good. But sometimes you gotta think about that shit. Because you gotta know that every time you do that shit, you're using your energy, your life force energy. That's what your sexual energy is. As a conscious creator, you use that sexual energy to create. And when you're drained of it, how you gonna consciously create the reality that you're meant to experience? Obviously, you'll still be manifesting and consciously creating your reality, but it's just slower, more dense. If you keep that energy to yourself, pop. It's almost instant, because when you're manifesting, That shit's right there. That shit is right there in the 5D. You just got to bring it to you. You got to let it manifest into the 3D as you're manifesting. Man, I went on a whole rant about manifesting. But, bro, these mosquitoes, they're getting on my nerves now. Oh my God, I'm walking. Maybe I was meant to walk. So, sex. I feel like there's a lot of problems with sex nowadays. Mainly because of younger generations, I feel. Most of the time it's for stimulation, just because it feels good. And some people do it out of love, which is how I do that shit. That's how I would do that shit. Sex isn't sex, all right, if it isn't out of love. If sex is out of anything but love, just for a feeling or anything, that's from the mind. It's not needed. That's lust. That's desire. You got to be aware that you can't be getting stuck into the feeling of it. That's what causes that addiction to some people. I'm just gonna let these mosquitoes play out. I mean, it is what it is. Anyways, nowadays people don't take sex as seriously, which is up to them, But when it comes to me, when it comes to how I know how it should be, sex is sacred. Sex is a spiritual practice, solo or with a partner. But on top of that, it's a manifestation, the 3D manifestation of love. When two people come together, or when one person's by themselves, it could be self-love. It could be anything, all right? That's like tantric meditation and all that shit. But when it comes to two partners coming together to have this sacred ritual that we call sex, they're creating love. They're making love together. And it's beautiful. That's why sex is beautiful. But it must be sacred. It can't just be used all the time. Sex is a topic that a lot of people overlook nowadays, especially with today's society and norms. People just do that shit to do that shit. People do that shit, and to some, this is not how I see it, but to some people think it's a flex when you have hella bodies and shit. They think it's fun and a flex to pass that shit around. But you have to be careful for that, Every time you have sex with an individual, with another being, you tie your soul to that person. It's like a lock, all right? So this is before you have sex, right? And then you come together with them. You get close, right? That's attachment. But then, when you have sex with them, physical manifestation of love. Intertwining two souls together. Bam. That's how you get a soul tie. People have so many soul ties that they don't even know about just because they've had sex with someone. And they have to realize that if they want to come back to themselves in a union and be powerful, the powerful manifester, the powerful creator that they are, the powerful being that they are, truly, who they truly are, they have to get rid of those soul ties. And some people be having like hella soul ties with that shit. Most of the time, people nowadays, especially in younger generations, because I've seen it before, people feel pressured to give that shit out, to swipe their V card, just because that's what everybody's talking around them. That's what they talk about, sex. People, it's so normal now that it's weird, and there's nothing wrong with it being as normal as it is, but people have to realize that it can become a problem when there's too much. You have to be consciously aware when sexual anything is around and about. You can't just let that shit slide. You gotta be conscious of that shit. You gotta be aware of that shit. Because your life force energy is powerful. Your soul is powerful. Sex is sacred. It's one of the most sacred things that you can ever do. It's loving. It's peace. It's a blissful enlightenment where when you're intertwined with another soul and the physical manifestation of love. I'm just letting this sink into y'all. People lack respect when it comes to that stuff too. People just want it so bad because they're filled with lust. But they have to realize that they have to become conscious of that lust. Sex isn't everything. When it comes to personal mentality and sex, I don't really care for it. I just don't. I'm at that point on my spiritual journey where it's there. It's nice to have. But it's not needed. I'd rather keep my sexual energy to myself. Unless someone has come into my life and we're both ready to embrace that shit. There's no need for it. It's just to add on to your life. You know, I've said this, I don't know if I've said this before, like in this video, but to me, sex isn't sex. To me, sex is lovemaking. That's what it is. And when it's very fast and in the moment and feeling based, you know, it's lustful, it's desired. It's quick. That's not how it should be. That's just for the feeling. See, lovemaking is slow, it's sensual, it's passionate. It's passion both ways with two beings enjoying that shit. Enjoying that moment with that other person. Enjoying that moment filled with love. Enjoying themselves, enjoying the other person. It's an exchange between love. It's beautiful. Know that. Anyways, hear that dog? Well, would you look at that? As soon as I snapped and did that shit, he stopped barking. Never mind, bro. Never mind. That's bullshit, bro. That shit, it's cap, bro. Bro, he set me up, bro. Anyways, it was a pretty serious, sensual, sexual discussion. But I hope that, everybody's grown here. Everybody is grown here. And if you're young and watching this shit, I don't know what to tell you, man. You got to get your parents or some shit. Like, that's not my problem, bro. That's your parents' problem. Your parents got to be parenting you better or something. On God. But yeah. I'll see y'all in the next video. Stay safe. Stay present. And I love y'all. All right. If nobody has said it to you specifically, I love you watching this video, and I'm grateful and appreciative that you watch this video. And if you enjoyed it, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm happy when people enjoy the content I put out. So yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, love you. Peace.